In Lesson 1, we covered creating the rule and adding the inputs. In this lesson, we will cover how to set up rule logic and formatting a custom error message. Click on Configure to open the Business Rule dialog. In Part 1, we built the inputs for the rule. Inputs cover any data values needed for either the rule logic or the error message. In this scenario, order line items are rejected for special handling if the value is greater than $10,000. We want to compare the line item total to the limit and reject the document when it exceeds the limit. We have already created an input for the line item value. We are ready to build the logic. The business rule step is designed to accept records based on a true result for all conditions. Rules are built in the Conditions section. Here we want to reject records where the line value exceeds the limit. Our rule tests that the line item value for each line is less than or equal to the limit. You can test your logic by confirming that true will be an accepted record, one that does not exceed the line limits. The naming of the rule helps with this. Now click Save. You must do this or your rule logic will be lost when you close the rule using the OK below. Now let's build the error message. Let's type in a basic error message that describes the error. But can we provide more information? Let's add some data to the error. We can add input values to the error message. Create input values that will identify which transaction will have the problem. Insert company name. Note that the open curly bracket, the number 1, and the close curly bracket inserts at the end. After the word order in the message text, enter 4 and move the company name. Let's add the limit. If we wanted to, we could create inputs for the order number and the product ID and add those in as well. Click OK to close the rule. It's a good idea to reopen your rule after building it and check that your logic is set up correctly. Let's review some business rule best practices. Make sure you know the proper profile that matches the inbound rule before you start. You cannot change this once you start to build rules. Name each rule by describing the accepted records. This will help keep your logic straight. Create inputs for logic and for IDs needed in the error message. Consider putting parameters in a process property rather than as static values. Consider putting connector calls in an earlier map. They can be hard to find in a business rule. Build your conditions thoughtfully and save. Add meaningful context IDs to your error messages. The business rule step is a powerful tool in building bulletproof integrations, and these tips will help you enhance your Boomi skills.